important this take-home message, and because there are something that it could be very very clear. What are the most important pillar to take in account? Obviously, ideally, I would like to have low body fat and high muscle mass. Yes, ideally, because we have to evaluate. Because if we have a goal that we would like to reach, we have to think about it. That body fat cannot go too much or less than 3%. We cannot think about 3% of body fat. So we have to see if it's possible to go down, or if our goal is pushed to a category, think about the muscular mass. Obviously, it's a pity to lose muscular mass, but if our goal is that one, we could just evaluate at least. So, methodic to have our results. So, how we want to achieve our goal. For example, the making weight technique. So that means I lose weight for 3 days and I recover it after the weight check, or just lose weight in 2, 3, 4 weeks and be in weight for the match. And in this condition, we have to take in account, for example, when we have multiple match, because if the match is one, I can think about to the cutting weight. So I lose weight for 3, 4, 5 days, just check weight, recover the weight, have the match, and that's it. But if not, if, for example, I have a tournament, I have more match very close. So I can have the right weight for the first, but then I can keep this weight. So it's impossible to have the making weight. This is an idea because it could be very important to have the stratification, but specific for the particular sport, weight category, and race, because it's different. As I said, if I do my job in Argentina or in Japan. So it's important to have different, but this is a research goal, but it could be done relatively easily because we should get our data. Remember always that the body composition is an estimation. It's not as Americans say, is written on the wall, written on the stone, sorry. Because it's an estimation, so it's not an absolute value. And this is taken in account in your evaluation that you have in your athlete and your programmation and what you said, okay, you can have this weight, but take in account that it's an estimation, so it's affected by an error. And this is a very important statement. Consider that even the most accurate body composition doesn't tell us about performance. As I show you, for example, face angle tell us about performance, but muscle mass, performance, and so on. But just the body fat doesn't tell us about performance. So if I estimate, if I calculate body fat via the caliper, could be a very good strategy. But if I change body fat, I don't know if this change influence performance, and especially how much this body change influence performance. So we have to take in count this consideration, and even if we are, for example, the nutritionist, talk with the team, with the trainee. So evaluate if it's really the good strategy to lose this weight and try to fight the category or not. And so vinculate the body composition with a specific test, depending on the sports, on the age, on the sex, and on the particular moment of the season. So not only body fat, not only weight, but just always go together with performance evaluation, for example, strength evaluation or VO2 max if possible, because in this case I have more information on how my journey, my pathway is going. If I check just body fat or just weight, I have just only a part of what the athlete is. The antropometry, the key antropometry is it's okay. Probably in the complex is the most valuable way to evaluate body fat, because it's relatively simple. Okay, operator dependent, not so much expensive, and tell me, and it's it has a very good correlation with the standard that we consider hydrostatic weighting. You could consider echographic anthropometry, that is less operator dependent but most expensive. So it's a choice that we could have, and sometimes tell us more about muscle. So we could have some index that could tell us more about performance and performance changing during, for example, losing weight. But we have to take in account what we say before, and this last point, because we have always consider the athlete in the overall, not only as I said more than one time, but I think it's important to repeat it, because not only weight, not only body fat percentage, but the athlete in the overall, especially if we consider a female athlete, for example, pusher to a too low body fat percentage, that could influence menstrual cycle, and not only in the moment, but even in the future. Or, for example, thyroid function is very related to body fat, to weight. So we should always consider that, okay, we would like to reach a goal, we would like to make the athlete win, but the athlete has a life after he compete. So we have to take in account that, for example, doing too much often, making weight or cutting weight could influence in negative thyroid function. And so, for example, check frequently TSH if we sometime often apply weight changing to change from one to another categories. And so again, I think that the last one is the most important to take in account, to see the athlete as a complex machinery. Is not just he has to be at 70 kilograms and consider and eventually discuss with the trainee and with the other person of the staff if really it's okay, if it's really needed to reach this weight, or even that the person have to compete with the probably most stronger, higher, and so on athlete, but probably not winning, okay, but not push him or her to a too low weight category. Because not only is dangerous during the match, but could be even in the air or his life, his future life. So I think it's a very important point. And with that, if you are already awake, I leave you, and I say thank you for your attention here. And here you have my email address and my internet site. So if you have any question, I'm here. Gracias.